Welcome to Electrified. It's your host, Dylan Loomis. I hope you guys all had an awesome weekend and your week is off to a great start. So of course, over the weekend, the FSD V9 beta has rolled out and hopefully you guys made some time to watch some of the videos. I do have a few quick clips that I will show you at the end, some highlights of sorts, and just to point out a few things, but Elon gave us some more updates. So over the weekend, he tweeted, "The mind of the car visualization, what you see on the left, will improve a lot in the coming releases. The brightness and translucency indicate the confidence of the neural net in predicting any given object. The brighter the object, the more confidence Tesla has in the visualization. The acid test is being able to assess with a quick glance at the screen if the car fully understands the environment." And then Dirty Tesla, one of the most prevalent beta testers out there who has a very solid YouTube channel, said it's very good and asked Elon any more animal visualizations coming. To which Elon said, yeah, the goal is to reflect reality, so the screen render will become increasingly so. So what that means is that over time, and probably a lot of time, the goal is for that screen to literally be like a simulation of reality. So if there's a deer, it will show you a deer. If there's a Tesla, it will show you a Tesla. If there's a cop car, it'll show you a cop car, etc. And we already know this to be true because recently Green Only shared these clips that show us that Tesla is already spotting, if you can see it, Model 3 right here, so it is recognizing Tesla, and as you can see in this one, it is detecting a police car. So of course these are not represented perfectly on the visualization screen every time, but the hope is that with time this will continually get better. And Eli Burton shared a quick clip. Basically you can see that the brake lights of the Tesla, it's really hard to see because of the film job on this one, Eli, but the data is good. The brake lights are on and they go on and off, and that was new detail, to which Elon responded, "It will soon capture turn signals, hazards, ambulance and police lights, and even hand gestures." Which of course makes a lot of sense because this is pretty crucial information, being able to recognize and react to turn signals. So the ability to recognize those things should be coming hopefully soon, we'll see. But then Drive Tesla asked, will it then be able to react to the ambulance and police vehicles when their lights and sirens are on? And Elon said, action will follow recognition soon thereafter. Also, call will listen for sirens and alarms. So what this means is first Tesla will be able to recognize this input, and then second, sometime thereafter, Tesla will then be able to react to these new inputs from the FSD system. And a very interesting point here, somebody asked if the microphone in the car is sensitive enough to pick up the sirens, and then Green the Only replied, it's at least somewhat error prone using an in-cabin mic for this, because not only there's a lot of music that uses the same sounds like sirens, etc., but there's also plenty of ringtones and such too. There are other problems with this scenario, so an external microphone is a must in his opinion, and I would probably agree. And I think this tweet from 28 days later is an excellent summation of the overall review of FSD Beta 9 so far. More confident, smoother, fewer disengagements, amazing new graphics, needs an update or two before wide release, which I'll show you a few clips that confirm that point, and I have zero doubt that Elon and Karpathy will reach FSD. And even Elon replied that this is an accurate assessment, adding, the autopilot software is technically led by Ashok, Andre, and Milan, but it's very much a Knights of the Round Table structure. There are so many talented engineers on the autopilot AI team, and they decide for themselves what to work on, kind of like Valve. And Valve is a video game company, which I think is what Elon is referring to here, but I could definitely be wrong, so please correct me if that's the case. Some breaking news here, the Kilowatts tweeted this picture which shows this bioweapon defense mode symbol right now on a new Model Y. So they said the new Tesla Model Ys are being built with bioweapon defense mode. This feature uses HEPA filters to provide hospital grade air quality. It's been standard in the S and X for a long time, but this is the first time we're seeing it in the Model Y. If you remember a few days ago, we learned that this feature would be in the Model Ys over in Shanghai and Europe, but this is the first news we're getting that Fremont-made Model Ys will have the bioweapon defense mode, which many people have been wanting for a long time. So now the question becomes, when will it come to the Model 3? And they said that this specific Model Y had a July of this year build date, so obviously this month, but as mentioned, it does not appear to be on the Model 3s yet. So a lot of questions remain saying about retrofitting and Model 3 timelines, but it looks like the new Model Ys out of Fremont now have bioweapon defense mode. So yesterday, Elon took the stand to defend Tesla's acquisition of SolarCity and basically pleading that it was not a bailout. This will be a 2-week trial in Wilmington, Delaware, before Joseph Slights will decide whether SolarCity was a fair acquisition to Tesla stockholders. The lawsuit was by union pension funds and asset managers saying that Elon strong-armed Tesla's board to buy SolarCity just as it was about to run out of cash. Elon owned a 22% stake in SolarCity, which was also founded by his cousins. So basically, the judge is going to be looking for evidence that Elon threatened the Tesla board to get this deal done. And just so you know, it might be a few months before we get an actual ruling on this case. But some kind of funny anecdotes from Gary Black with regard to the trial, definitely not when asked if he had control over his directors in terms of approval, being Elon. Elon noted Chair Robin Denholm set the final price and the deal terms. Elon, dressed in a black suit and tie, seemed scripted, relaxed, and confident. But this right here was funny. Elon's lawyer has wrapped up, and here's the investor's lawyer, Randy Barron, starting right in on Musk. He gave Musk a fair warning that we have a long way to go, probably all day today and into tomorrow. Musk jokes that he can tell from the size of Barron's binder. So this would tell me Elon is in good spirits. Elon also said SolarCity purchase was part of Elon's master plan, part 2, to combine energy from solar homes, integrated battery storage, and EVs that made money for customers when we weren't using them. And this trial, to be decided by a Delaware Chancery Court judge, seems silly since outside shareholders overwhelmingly approved the deal. The plaintiffs literally have to show that Elon and the Tesla board withheld material information from the shareholders that would have changed the outcome. And lastly, one more excerpt from the deposition in classic Elon fashion. Barron said to Elon to bail out SolarCity. Musk, you are a shameful person. Barron, to bail out SolarCity was good for the world, you're telling us? Elon, advancing solar is absolutely good for the world. Do you just think about money? Is that your motivation? What is your purpose in life? So we'll definitely keep watching this trial, but nothing to be concerned about at this point. Now, this next point, we're going to proceed with a major word of caution. This is definitely more in the rumor speculation category than official actual news. But you see the headline, and Holmar's blog shared on Twitter, Tesla workers signing the first, we think, structural battery pack with 4680 cells. Now, I personally do not think that this is confirmed to be a structural pack, but it does seem as though this at least has the new 4680 cells. Now, what is this pack going to be used for? Is it a prototype? Is it just a one-off? At this point, we have no idea. So now I have linked the Twitter thread below if you want to go check all of the comments and replies. Some people think that it is the 4680s. Others are saying it's just the 1865. Some are saying structural, some are saying not. So as mentioned, this is like an explosion of speculation, but super interesting nonetheless, because if it is indeed the 4680s, does that mean they are closer? Does that mean production is going well? Does that mean that these are going to be ready for a vehicle here in the next few weeks? I don't know. I can't say for sure right now. And to add to the intrigue of this situation, this post has been deleted from Reddit by someone who may have leaked something that they shouldn't have. So take it however you will. An update from Ray for Tesla on the standard range Model Y in Shanghai. Multiple sources indicate that vehicle is sold out for August. Now the estimated delivery time pushed back to September, even though the Tesla China site has not been updated yet. As sales gain more momentum, I expect the estimated delivery time is pushed back further, probably to October. So we kind of knew that this standard range Model Y with a very affordable price point, given the EV incentives, was going to sell like hotcakes, and the initial indications are that that's exactly what's happening. And Jay in Shanghai confirmed, sales told me today at Jinchao Shanghai Tesla showroom. And I got a kick out of this tweet. This FSD V9 4680 Berlin and Austin semi Cybertruck, you'd have to be suicidal to be short Tesla. Somebody also shared a list of verified FSD beta testers, so I will include this list below if you're on Twitter and you want to go ahead and check out that list. Now, I'm going to spare you the boring details on this one when it comes to Giga Berlin. Long story short, we are expecting an approval for the plant in Q4 of this year. Everything should still be on track for Tesla to begin production sometime later this year. But now the conversation is becoming, will Austin, Giga Austin, produce the Model Y before Giga Berlin? And more people people are thinking that that will be the case, even though Giga Austin is bigger in terms of footprint and started construction later. As you can see, the delays in Giga Berlin and all of the environmental stuff is catching up with them over there. Absolutely nothing to worry about, just that we might actually see Model Ys coming from Austin before Giga Berlin, but we will definitely still need to watch as things progress at Giga Berlin. And some very impressive statistics from CATL about production capacity estimates. So this year we're looking at 163 gigawatt hours, up to 253 by next year, and 408 gigawatt hours by 2023. So of course, these are massive numbers, as Giga Nevada for Tesla is yet to be confirmed to be even doing 100 gigawatt hours a year. Last time we heard it might be between 50 and 75 gigawatt hours per year. If somebody has a more recent figure, let me know below. But that just gives you a frame of reference for how big these CATL numbers are. And this is exactly why I keep saying they are really crushing the battery game right now. This bit right here, I would also put in the rumor mill for now, as there are only a handful of articles out there. No big sources have picked it up, but it looks like Samsung and Tesla may have struck a deal for about $436 million to have the rear view mirrors powered by Samsung electromechanics. And if you remember, the rear view mirror in the Cybertruck was actually going to be more like a camera than an actual mirror that you're looking in. So we'll see what happens with the production version. And once again, take this with a grain of salt. I would not be betting money, as this right here is definitely not official, but I at least wanted to make you aware of it. Tesla has dropped the price of the Model 3 in Australia below $45,000 US before purchase incentives. So this of course will help the Model 3 to be more price competitive in Australia, and the Model 3 standard range and the long range are going to be eligible for that $3,000 rebate. And as you can see, the Model 3 is currently already the best-selling electric vehicle in Australia. And not only will this price reduction help the Model 3 become more competitive with other vehicles, it will also help it to be within the reach of a wider population of consumers. And to send you guys off today, I'm going to share with you two clips, both of which will be linked in the description below for the full video and the source. And I want to show you these because, one, Tesla should definitely still be very careful before releasing this to a wider group of the population because of things like the first clip, and at the same time the update is very impressive and doing some really awesome maneuvers on its own, and we need to be aware of both of these situations. But thank you guys for watching. Please like the video if you did. I hope you have an awesome night, and a major thank you to everybody on the last screen.
It enters the roadway ahead, and that tentacle is way out in the roadway there. Yep. So it doesn't seem like the yielding to the high-speed crossing traffic has really gotten much better. Here, we're basically stopped from behind. I gotta get really on the accelerator pedal there. We might catch a lucky gap. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's still rolling, 13, 12. It's really not slowing down at all. I think it's just getting lucky with that gap. So it did it, but I think it was just lucky timing. Yeah, I think we're gonna get the lucky gap again, because that tentacle's still there and it's not really slowing down at all for it. So yeah, pretty hesitant. It's going, got on the accelerator there. That was pretty good. Let's see. If it gets on it real fast right here. Yep. Yep. Puts the acceleration down. Oh man. Alright, so here we're definitely gonna need to yield. It is not slowing down. So that's what I mean right there. There's not enough of a gap to comfortably go unless it really gets on the accelerator, and it was just much too hesitant. Even there, that car came straight across. I enabled it at the time enough so that it would be enough of a gap, but like, it's not definitively deciding, oh, that's the gap I want to go for.